Well, welcome back. Today we will be searching for Nevada State historical markers numbers 71 through 75. The first marker in this series is located on the corner of West Muser Street and North Division Street in Carson City. Affixed to the church wall is where we'll find our marker. Marker number 71, Methodist Church of Carson City. Methodist Church of Carson City. Dedicated in 1867, this church serves a congregation that was organized in 1859 and is often referred to as the cradle of Nevada Methodism. Like many other buildings in Carson City, the stone used in its construction was quarried at the nearby state prison. Reverend Warren Nims, pastor 1863-1866, was responsible for much of the original construction. Altered extensively over the years, the structure with its octagonal porch posts and pointed arch windows is still an excellent local example of the Gothic Revival style. Nevada State Historical Marker number 71. Staying in Carson City, we will now head over to South Stewart Street. Located next door to the Carson City Fire Museum is where we will find our next marker. Marker number 72, Nevada State Children's Home. Nevada State Children's Home. The Nevada Orphans Asylum, a privately funded institution, was opened in Virginia City, May 1867, by Sister Frederica McGrath and two other nuns of the Sisters of Charity. By 1870, most of the functions were taken over by the Nevada Orphans Home at Carson City, authorized in 1869 by the legislature and constructed on this site. The first child was admitted October 28, 1870. In 1903, the first building gave way to a larger one, constructed of sandstone from the state prison quarry east of Carson City. This edifice, a Carson City landmark, served until 1963 as Nevada's home for dependent and neglected children. In the 1940s, its name was changed to the Nevada State Children's Home. During the 1950s, the name Sunny Acres was also used. The stone building was in turn replaced in 1963 in accordance with the modern concept of family-sized groups housed in cottages. Nevada State Historical Marker number 72. Now, we need to travel out east again down Interstate 80. We'll come to exit 378 for Oasis Montello and find State Route 233. We will need to travel north on State Route 233 for about 23 miles. Located on Front Street and 4th Street is where we'll find our next marker. Marker number 73, Unknown Soldiers. Unknown Soldiers. Victims of the influenza epidemic of 1918, 10 soldiers died and were buried here without identity. During World War I, troop trains ran regularly through Montello. As soldiers became ill en route, they were unloaded at the nearest hospitals. The Southern Pacific Railroad kept a doctor at Montello who checked every train en route. Ill passengers were treated in a makeshift hospital at the town's hotel. The graves were unmarked for years, but through the persistent efforts of Mr. and Miss Kimber of Montello and the 40 and 8 of Las Vegas, the previously unmarked graves, although still unidentified as to name, were marked in 1975. Unfortunately, fires had destroyed the original government records, making identification impossible. Nevada State Historical Marker number 73. So let's turn around again and head back west to Wellington. At the junction of State Routes 208 and 829 is where we will discover our next marker. Marker number 74, Wellington. Wellington. Following the mining boom in the Aurora District in 1860, Jack Wright and Leonard Hamilton built a bridge across the West Walker River and established a stage station at this location. Wagons and stages were repaired and horses shod. The station soon became a trading center for nearby ranches and farms. In 1863, Daniel Wellington bought Wright and Hamilton's interests, and the place became known as Wellington Station. The Wellington Hotel, located about a half-mile south of the station, was constructed by wagon master Zadok Pierce in 1875. Over the years, it has served as a livery stable, freight station, general store, and post office. Nevada State Historical Marker number 74. Now let's head north, back up to Carson City. Located on North Carson Street and East Telegraph Street is the Paul Laxalt State Building. Situated between four sets of doors and low to the ground is where we will find our next marker. Marker number 75, Government Building, 1888-1970. Federal Government Building, 1888-1970. This imposing public structure, the former United States Post Office and courthouse, represents the first federal office building constructed in the state of Nevada. Construction began in late 1888 and was completed in 1891 at a cost of $134,605.53. Designed by Mifflin E. Bell, supervising architect of the Treasury Department, the building incorporates many elements of the Romanesque Revival style. Subsequent interior designs were made by Bell's successors, Will Frost and James Windram. Thomas P. Hawley was the first United States District Judge to preside in Carson City. The last federal judge was Bruce R. Thompson, whose court was moved to Reno August 1965. The building ceased to serve as a post office in 1970 with William E. Dunfield as postmaster. Deeded to the state in 1971 and listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1979, the government building continues to serve the public. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 75.